Welcome to This Day in His Story, created by American Heritage Worldwide. A reminder that every day holds something new to learn. Did you know Howard W. Hunter was a drummer in a band called Hunter's Croonaders?
Today, we're taking a closer look at the life and really the enduring counsel of Howard W. Hunter. He was the 14th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
That's right. And what's striking about him is that focused message.
Exactly. His presidency was, well, quite short, wasn't it? Just 9 months, 1994 into 95.
Very brief. But his teachings were so clear, very distilled, almost practical, you could say.
So our mission for you today isn't just the biography. We want to dig into the mechanism of his life. What can we learn about keeping that kind of focus, especially through some pretty big personal challenges?
And that focus you mentioned, it really defined his leadership. It all kind of boiled down to two main invitations, really, for everyone.
Okay, but were they?
First, live your life like Jesus Christ did, that quiet, steady example. And second, make the temple a central part of your life, use those blessings.
Simple but profound.
And it clearly resonated. By the time he passed away, March 95, the church had grown to, 9.3 million members and 47 operating temples. So even in that short time as president, his counsel kind of set the course for this rapidly growing global church.
Let's unpack that. Maybe start at the beginning. He was born November 14th, 1907, Boise, Idaho. And the sources, they really show that the compassion he talked about later, it seems like it was already there when he was just a kid.
Yeah, there's this one story that really stands out.
The kitten story.
That's the one. He finds this abandoned kitten basically left for dead.
Right.
And instead of just, walking by or telling someone else, he actually picks it up, takes it home, wraps it in a blanket. He and his mother nurse it back to health.
And it became the family pet. It shows that practical, hands-on kindness, not just a vague idea.
Exactly. And it wasn't just a one-off thing. His sister, Dorothy, she talked about this.
What did she say?
She said, Howard always wanted to do good and to be good. A wonderful brother. He looked out for me. He was kind to our mother and father.
So it was consistent, part of who he was.
Right. It suggests his later ministry wasn't something he just learned. It was like a lifelong practice of being kind and responsible.
That responsibility shows up financially too, doesn't it? Even as a teenager.
Yeah, the chapel story. He was 15. His ward in Boise needed a new building.
And he pledged $25, which was a lot back then for a teenager.
A lot. And he was the first one to make such a big pledge.
But he didn't just pledge it.
No, that's the key. He said himself, I worked and saved until I was able to pay my commitment in full.
So he understood the work involved. That seems important for his later leadership.
Absolutely. It established this principle, right?
Right.
He wouldn't ask people to give time or money without knowing firsthand what that sacrifice felt like. Personal accountability.
Okay, let's shift to his adult life. This early training seems like preparation for, a lot of pressure. He married Clara Mae Jess Clare, June 10th, 1931, Salt Lake Temple.
And those early years, they were tough.
Very tough. Their first child died at only 7 months old. Such immense grief.
Unimaginable. And yet, he kept going. He had 2 more sons born while he was, get this, attending law school and working full-time.
Wow. Law school, full-time job, young family, dealing with that loss.
It just speaks volumes about his sort of quiet endurance. He graduated law school in 1940.
And then the leadership call started pretty quickly.
Almost immediately. Bishop in California, El Sereno Ward, 1940, then stake president, Pasadena stake, 1950. The church saw his capabilities, clearly.
And it's while he's stake president in California that he gets involved in something huge, tying into that second theme, the temple.
The Los Angeles Temple, October 1951, the announcement comes.
He's right there on the ground, serving the members. This wasn't just building a building, it was uniting communities, raising significant funds.
And here's where that $25 pledge connects to something much bigger. He knew contribution was spiritual.
How did he phrase it?
He urged leaders to give the people the opportunity of receiving great blessings by contributing generously to the temple. See? An opportunity, not just a duty.
And the result?
Astounding. $1.6 million raised in just 6 months. The temple was dedicated in 1956.
That's incredible speed.
It really is. And remember, as stake president, he was also coordinating massive welfare and service projects. We're talking 12 stakes.
Oh, stakes. That's complex. Farms, volunteers, distribution.
Oh, yeah. Sophisticated logistics. He was learning high-level management skills, basically through volunteer work.
So how did this quiet, kind man manage all that? You'd think it might require a more forceful approach sometimes.
His method was, well, leading by example. People often said he never asked anyone to do something he wouldn't do himself.
Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. He talked about those welfare projects later.
What'd he say?
He said, I have climbed trees and picked lemons, peeled fruit. But then he adds, the things I remember most are the laughing and the singing and the good fellowship of people engaged in the service of the Lord.
So the human connection was the point for him, not just the task.
Precisely. It was about the shared salvus.
All this local work, it really feels like preparation for what came next. A huge pivot in his life.
October 15th, 1959, called as an apostle.
At 51, he was the youngest in the quorum of the 12 then.
And his response to President David O. McKay, very telling,
What was it?
echoed that $25 commitment, really. He said, I told him I would gladly give my time, my life, and all that I possess to this service. Total commitment.
Built on decades of practice.
Exactly. And that commitment quickly went global. 1965, he's appointed president and chairman of the board for the Polynesian Cultural Center in Hawaii.
Which wasn't just a tourist spot.
No, not at all. A complex operation supporting students, preserving culture, running a business.
And how did it do under his leadership?
It thrived. By 1971, nearly 1 million visitors a year. It showed his quiet, dedicated style worked on a big international stage.
But maybe the biggest test of that style and his endurance came with Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Starting around 1972, he's overseeing projects there.
A completely different environment. International diplomacy, interfaith relations.
Extremely sensitive. This involved dedicating the Orson Hyde Memorial Garden in 79.
And then the huge project. The BYU Jerusalem Center.
Yeah.
Dedicated May 1989.
Right. And that BYU Center, that really highlights his quiet strength. Getting the lease for that land was a decade-long diplomatic effort.
Multiple governments, different religious groups involved.
His calm manner, his integrity, they were crucial. But here's the thing that gets me.
What's that?
In 1987, he has this terrible back surgery, leaves him unable to walk without significant assistance, constant pain.
Right, I remember reading about that.
But he insisted on traveling to Jerusalem to sign that crucial lease agreement.
Despite the pain and difficulty.
Yes. And he went back again for the dedication in 89. It just showed his focus, his dedication. It was stronger than the physical limitations. The work had to be done.
That focus carried through personal loss, too. His wife, Claire, passed away in 1983.
After years of her own health struggles, he spoke so lovingly about her.
What did he say?
He said, throughout our whole marriage, she has always been standing by with love, consideration, and encouragement.
Beautiful. But he found happiness again later.
Yes, in 1990, he married Ines Bernice Egan. She was actually a family friend, someone he knew from his ward back in California.
Yeah, she was a great support to him.
Immense support, especially during that intense, brief period when he was president of the church.
Right, going back to that. Only 9 months as president, dealing with all those health issues.
Yet the accounts say he courageously pressed forward. He didn't try to launch huge new initiatives.
He stuck to his core message.
Exactly. Follow Christ's example. Use the temple. Keep it simple. Keep it focused.
Which brings us to maybe his most well-known counsel, that list of actions.
Yes. It's like the ultimate summary of his life's work. It's so practical, almost like a roadmap for that strategic kindness we talked about.
It tells you how to live like Christ, not just believe it abstractly.
Right. It connects the big things like Jerusalem, right down to daily interactions, things like
mend a quarrel, seek out a forgotten friend,
dismiss suspicion, replace it with trust, forgo a grudge.
Forgive an enemy. That's a hard one.
Definitely. And then speak your love and then speak it again. That emphasis on expressing love.
Looking back across this deep dive, you really see this thread, this alignment between what he believed and what he did.
Absolutely. From saving that kitten to working for that $25 to navigating the complexities in Jerusalem, it wasn't loud leadership.
It was persistent, practical, based on kindness.
Yeah. And I think the key takeaway is how often that kind of strength, that leadership, really shows itself when things are toughest.
Like overcoming grief or pushing through physical pain to fulfill a commitment.
Exactly. His legacy is that unwavering focus on doing the next good thing, the achievable thing right in front of you.
So as we wrap up, we want to leave you, the listener, with something to think about.
Right. Thinking about that list of actions he gave, mending quarrels, forgiving, being kind, if that's the practical key to living a Christ-like life.
Which specific action on that list do you think is generally the hardest for people to actually do?
And maybe, which one is the easiest? It's worth reflecting on the personal effort that kind of practical commitment requires.
Something to consider as you go about your day.
Thank you for joining us for this day in His story. May the lessons of yesterday inspire you to see God's hand today and to play your part in His story now. To learn more, visit ahsworldwide.org.